Greetings and salutations, it's Johnny back from Rock and Metal Plus. Got another vid for you today. Right, if you know me, then you know that I'm a big fan of the alarm. And today was a good day, as all alarm fans will tell you, when you get Poppy mail. Yep, when you get some mail from the Alarm Information Service, then it's always a good day. So this, I'm going to show you, is something I've been waiting for a good few months. So back at the end of February, Mike Peters and the Alarm released an album. I think they recorded it in like X amount of days, and it was released the same day it was finished, and people could download it and whatever else. You could buy a cassette, not a cassette, you could buy a CD, or they could burn you one and send it through and all that sort of stuff. But they also did limited edition, well, it wasn't limited, it wasn't on the day when you order them, of like a master vinyl, and it was hand cut onto vinyl or whatever, however they do it. And that was something they were offering. Mike Peters himself was going to do the cover, like the tracks on the back of it, sign it and do the front cover. And I say that was, I think they ordered mine in February. They were saying it was going to take, they could only produce 15 of them a day, and obviously quite a few people pre-ordered them, and I was one of them. And this is my copy, which, as you can see, that's written by Mike himself. That's the track listing, which I thought was quite cool. Signature at the bottom, 2020. So it's got a inside we have a little card, which is a cool picture. It's a really thick card. I don't know if you can see all the bits and bobs in there, hopefully. Just the alarm out and all that sort of stuff. Album itself is just a white label pressing, A and B. So yeah, very cool. Now, back in there, and that back there as well. So I've obviously waited quite some time for it, and it's worth wait. Well, luckily, when you bought it, they gave you a bit of a MP3 download, so I've lived with it for a good few months now. I thought I'd just give a little quick review on it before it falls over. There we go. Yeah, so I've been a fan of the alarm for many years, thanks to my good mate Daz. I remember he sold his record collection back in the day just to follow the alarm line back in the 80s. So yeah, we've gone to a lot of gigs with him. They started doing a thing called a gathering every year. We went the very first one in there and went to many others in various places like Prestatyn and Llandudno, and as I said, my Mrs. Matt came with me for a good percentage of them as well. Kids are growing up knowing that every time, once a year, we'll be going to see Mike Peters and the Alarm at the gathering. And let's face it, I've always booked the time off in work, you know, about it. Everybody that knows me knows that that's something we do. Anyway, that's obviously we've had various things happen called COVID and shiz like that. So yeah, this is an album that was released during COVID this year. Now, I think there's been a couple of other sort of noteworthy albums that released that sort of encompassed what were happening and how people feel and all that sort of stuff. I believe Bon Jovi brought one out and it was crap. So I don't know, I've not heard it, and I've no desire to, but I believe it just didn't hit the mark at all and just didn't work. One other notable one is the Bruce Springsteen one, which is reviewed by my good buddy Khan on the channel. You can have a look at that if you want to nose down there. I think he rather enjoyed it. Not heard it myself, so I can't compare it. Anyway, this is the one that I have got, and this is the one I've listened to. So it's basically it's all weaved into the whole all 10 tracks, pretty much sum up what we're all feeling and what we have been feeling for quite some time now, about lockdowns and various other things, and being stuck in and wearing masks and all that. So onto the tracks. First track, Protect and Survive. Yeah, pretty good song. It's got decent good pulse at the start, and you've got your drums and guitars and bass and all that. Yeah, sort of talking about talking through your face mask and all that sort of thing. Protect and Survive, nice fuzzy guitar solo, very good guitar solo from James Stevenson. Very impressed with that. Yeah, and you've got to protect and survive. It's the only way to stay alive, as Mr. Peters sings most eloquently. Yeah. Track 2, We Got This. It's got another good riff. It's got a bit of 80s keyboard in it. Sort of the same sort of thing. We've got this. We're all gonna make it. Yeah. Bit of first track with a harmonica in it. Got a bit of harmonica in a alarm stuff, which is very good. Track 3, Tribe, Stop the War. That's basically the whole album's called War, so it's almost like a war on COVID, I guess, and authority and various other things, because that's Mike's always been quite political and that. As I said, it's very political. I think there's a video to Tribes on YouTube, which we can have a look. Protect and Survive one is great. I think there's also some making of this album as well, which is worth watching if you want to do that. Track 4, Still and Safe. Basically, if you've been in the Alarm back in the early days, still are now, whatever, you'll know that the original single, the first single, Unsafe Building, was just an absolute banger. It's always played at the gigs and that sort of thing. Still Unsafe, it's essentially a sort of spiritual remake to it. It's bringing it back to how it's still valid to these times, and same sort of choruses, unsafe and sound and all that sort of stuff. Very good, excellent stuff, can't fault it. Track 5 is the Rocky song, sort of bluesy, reminded me very much of Saw Me Down the River. Also lockdown based, you can't crush the movement of us, and all the different rules and all that sort of stuff. Warriors, yeah, same sort of thing. Stay safe, stopping the drone attacks and that sort of thing. Great guitars on that one. Fail, probably one of my favourite tracks. It's got a very clashy sort of vibe. It's almost like a reggae, punky ska sort of thing. Very upbeat. Trust no one, so not that upbeat, but I said we're not going to fail and all that sort of thing. Gods and Demons, it's quite a weird one. It's got almost like an 80s gothic sort of vibe, in that you'd expect it to hear on one of them alternative goth compilations back in the day. Like, yeah, pop alarm chorus, but the alternative, good though. Safe Them Harm, an absolute banger, probably is my favourite. It's got Benji on it from Skindred, which is absolutely brilliant. It's got a bit of funky groove in places. The two vocalists work quite well, Mike and Benji. It's really good. Yeah, no, it's good. It's got some keyboard heavy verses. Excellent. And final track is War. Is it over yet? It's, sort of starts off March 21st, 2020. That's when it all happened and that. So yeah, it sort of brings it all back to a full thing. There's some great guitar work in it. We got to get through this and all that sort of thing. So yeah, fully positive, excellent stuff. Is it my favourite of the Alarm recent times? Probably not. No, I like Equals, but that's probably because I've lived with it more and I've seen the songs many times live. These stuff, I've not been to gigs, so I've not seen them. So just my initial thoughts anyway. Alright then, don't forget to like, subscribe, do all the usual stuff on the channel. And I'll catch you guys later. See ya.